This is the As Yet Unnamed Podcast
with Ian Barstow,
Damien Lee,
and Darren Antrobus.
Hello, welcome along to the As Yet Unnamed Podcast. I am Ian Barstow. Thank you very much for downloading this episode of the show. And welcome along to episode number 14 of the podcast already, which is very scary. Hello, Darren. How are you?
Yeah, not bad at all. I can't believe that I got it wrong earlier on our Facebook page. I thought it was 50, but hey-ho.
Yes, no, we are at episode 14, but 14 weeks we've been doing this.
I can't believe it. When we started this, the weather was a lot warmer. The weather was a lot drier. We had a few heat waves, but, you know, it's dark before we even start now, isn't it?
I know, it's very scary. The fact that it is fast approaching almost the end of the year already. There is no Damien at the moment. For the people that are listening to the audio version of this, I will just let you know. My music is extremely cracky. I will just let you know that Damien is running late. So if you're watching the video, you're currently seeing a very good representation of Damien, basically a potato in an egg cup. We're doing the good old "Have I got news for you?" Replace someone with a tub of lard joke that was done many years ago on "Have I got news for you?" when they did it for a politician, I believe. If you remember that, people. So, coming up on the show today, we're going to have our mystery voice. It's still not been one. We are on week 5 of that. Our brand new look top 5. We'll explain more about that later. And we've also got other bits and pieces as well. So, Darren, you are, as you like to point out to us quite a lot, a full-time radio presenter, are you not?
I am indeed. I get hired to wake people up at the moment during the pandemic, so I'm on the breakfast show, and I am the voice of Cheshire. I am Cheshire's main man, Cheshire's biggest and what is now the longest breakfast show ever in Cheshire. It's a 7-hour breakfast show.
Sorry, what? The longest ever breakfast show in Cheshire?
Yeah.
As in the longest running, or as in the longest in number of hours a day?
Hours a day.
Oh, right, okay.
6 till 1 every single day. So first half of the day, it's Dazza in the AM. Dazza in the AM. Yeah.
You're not really there from 6 till 1 though, are you?
Yeah.
I don't want to shatter the illusions of radio and pre-recorded and voice tracked.
No voice tracking. No,
oh no, you're live all full stop for that whole time.
Yeah, unless I need the loo break, go get a bit of breakfast. I can seg a few, 20 minutes up or whatever. I can go and do that. But yeah, in the studio. So anyway, I get hired because I'm a wordsmith. I'm very, I have a great voice for radio, as you can tell. I make words come alive, but occasionally, my brain and my mouth are not in the same kind of, they're not connected properly, are they, Ian?
No, they are most definitely not.
Lie. Darren Antrobus.
Hello, how you doing? Just after 10 o'clock, we got Omi with cheerleader and Jason Derulo. He is the TikTok king. You ever have one of those days where your mouth just goes to sleep? Not a great time for me to be on the radio, is it? When my mouth goes to sleep. It's Friday. That means your mouth is going to give up today. Jason Derulo is the TikTok king. He's on the way next after this.
He's the what, Darren?
He Can you play the start of that again so people can hear what actually I said?
Lie. Darren Antrobus.
Hello, how you doing? Just after 10 o'clock, we got Omi with cheerleader and Jason Derulo. He is the TikTok king.
So, would you... I'll let you say it because I can't bring myself to say it.
The TikTok king?
The TikTok.
What is it? TikTok or TikTok?
The TikTok.
I did actually say tick-cock.
You did say tick-cock, yes. And that wasn't the only one. It was a Friday, so, you've had a long week. You're probably very tired after getting up at stupid hours every day. And you did it again, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
1990s Blur Country House. Their mates are celebrating, actually. Well, I don't know if all of Oasis are celebrating. I don't know if the two brothers are celebrating separately, but 25 years since Oasis's album Sunday Morning Glory. Wow. What's it called? What's the story, Morning Glory? Nothing to do with Sunday, is it? I forgot the title of the album. Isn't it called What's the Story, Morning Glory? Yeah? Nothing to do with the Sunday, is it? No. Okay. It is Friday. Come on, give me a break. It's Friday. Right, Little Mix on the way for you.
I had to
were you
Google
drunk?
the actual title of the song.
Were you
Sorry.
drunk?
No, I wasn't drunk.
Are
no,
you
not
sure
at
you
the time.
weren't drunk?
No. So let's spell out what I actually did wrong there then.
Well, you basically...
Since Oasis's album Sunday Morning Glory. Wow.
Sunday Morning Glory, wow.
Morning Glory. Wow.
Morning Glory, wow.
Morning Glory. Wow.
Now.
Yeah, no. So I in my head, I thought Oasis's album 25 years ago was actually called What's the Story, Sunday Morning Glory.
It's never been called What's the Story, Sunday Morning Glory. It's always What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Yeah, so why am I putting Sunday morning in there?
No
Sunday.
idea. Because
I
you're
don't know
drunk. You're drunk on air, basically.
Morning Glory. Wow. The tick-tock, tick-tock, tick. Morning Glory. Wow. Morning Glory. Wow.
Now, you know what Morning Glory is, don't you?
Morning Glory. Wow.
Yes, I do, yes.
Which leads me into... I listen to that, and my brain goes off in strange
Oh,
ways.
is this one of the famous Captain Mega Mixes again?
It will be. But I got on to watching videos of This Morning with Phil and Fern, who are always up for a bit of a giggle and up for a little bit of a, shall we say, innuendo-filled sayings. I'm just going to play this without context. Actually, no, I'm going to explain it because it's not quite so bad. It was basically, they were interviewing a woman who had an Egyptian toy boy boyfriend. This went out live on ITV in the UK at probably, between 10:30 and 12 in the morning.
The first night, pretty rough. It was rough. Nobody had been near me for 35 years. I thought I was a virgin again.
Oh, really?
Anyway, but can I say what we used? A whole tube of KY jelly?
Oh. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
And the thing is, I couldn't walk the next day. Yeah, I felt as if I'd been riding a horse. Saddle sore wasn't in it.
Please tell me this did not go out.
I went out live on It's just, she just doesn't care. Oh, it's...
How do they rescue that, by the way?
They don't, they just laugh. They just laugh.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
That was another one.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
Then there was this one.
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
And then there was this one.
Oh, dear.
You know when you don't know whether it's actually gone in because it's so smooth?
Oh, Phil and Holly. Oh, my days.
It's honestly, if you ever want to cheer yourself up, just search for Phil and Holly funny moments on YouTube. You don't even have to like the programme, but they are just... It's particularly his laugh. He goes really wheezy laugh. And also you watch some of the stuff back now and you're thinking, actually, were you trying to tell us something, Phil?
Yeah.
There was some of the stuff you said then, which is like, now you look at it in hindsight and it's like, ah.
Have you got the clip? Have you got them clips separately, by the way?
I thought I had...
The first night.
Oh, the first
that one. I have got some of it. Which bit were you particularly interested in?
The bit where Philip Schofield says something about the kitchen side.
No,
or
I've never
something.
whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
So it was.
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
I've never whizzed it over the kitchen. Which obviously gets me thinking that I can do other stuff. Now, I'm going to do this live, so if you just bear with me. So, are we ready? You know what these are like, Darren.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
You know when you don't know whether it's actually gone in because it's so smooth?
Morning Glory. Wow.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
You can experiment with going deeper, but what we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume and size.
I think you're a one lump kind of guy.
Since Oasis's album Sunday Morning Glory. Wow. The tick-tock, tick-tock, tick. TikTok.
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
It works for Clarkson, May and Hammond. We're not quite sure it works for Antrobus, Lee and Barstow. But they're doing it anyway. You're listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Yeah, are we allowed to talk Trump or not? Or is that just a delicate situation? Has he actually had it or not? Are we not allowed to do that or not?
He's had it more than once, I would imagine, with people that he pays off. But anyway, what are you basically saying? Has Donald Trump had coronavirus?
Yeah, because he's obviously a superhero.
Yes, he has. Should we go down this? Let's go down this route because surprise, surprise, the man who doesn't believe in COVID and doesn't think masks are any good and all that sort of stuff, actually did catch coronavirus, and it's now spread around the White House and all of his close aides of that. And of course, he went into hospital, and of course, he is a human being. You don't wish ill on human beings, and he got the best medical treatment that he could. But he left hospital after being in for 4 or 5 days, still infectious, walks up the steps of the White House after coming down in Air Force, in the Helicopter One, whatever it's called, stood on the balcony like it's some scene out of Don't Cry For Me, Argentina Evita, like he's some person on there, took off his mask as if, look at me, look at me.
It's very polished, like we were watching a TV show.
Yeah,
it was really slick.
It was very slickly done because, he likes to get his attention. And also, he retook some of those bits of him walking out onto the balcony several times so they could get the right shot, so they could produce the most atrocious video that you can see.
I didn't know that bit.
Yes, he did. And he now hasn't been seen for 48 hours. So have all your conspiracy theories around that if you want to.
I hope he's well. I hope he's well because I'm not a Victor team fan. I hope he's well.
No, I agree. I completely agree with you. But it's going to be a very interesting time come November the 3rd or the 13th or the 23rd, whenever they go through the courts for it. Because I can pretty much guarantee if it's a close election, he will not leave office easily. He will fight it in the courts.
Really?
I'm just going to put that out there now.
Can he do that?
Yes, of course he can try. But he won't say that he will agree to a peaceful and easy and swift transferal of power. He cannot bring himself to say, if I lose the election on November the 3rd, yes, I'm going to hand over power. Because I can guarantee they will fight it through the courts as much as they possibly can.
I thought if he wins, then it's like it is over here. He wins, they win, or they don't win, or whatever. Straightforward.
No, they will fight it. If people remember, I'm quite a geek on American politics, as some people might know.
Sorry, I've opened my mouth now.
But if people remember back in the Bush election of 80 something, it's early 80s, I can't remember if it's 80s or 90s. There was this whole thing about the hanging Chad on voting slips, because a lot of American voters, they punch a hole in because it's really difficult for them to put a cross. So there was this whole thing, and it went through, and it took about two months for it to go through the courts for them to declare a winner. So yeah, unlike here where it's pretty much the next morning, if it's a change of prime minister, it's like, right, get out, move, get the movers in, we're coming in. It's not like that at all.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
incredible.
It's a very interesting time heading up to the November the 3rd elections. And I will plug another podcast. If you're interested in this, have a search for Americast, which is from the BBC, and they talk about all the American politics and the American elections. So,
well, I wanted to bring that up. I know we didn't talk that off air about what we were going to talk about, but it just popped in my head, and I'm like, wow, that did look really slick. He doesn't look ill.
Oh, hang on, hold your horses. Hang on, bear with me. Guess who's here?
Damien Trump.
Hang on. Yep, let me admit him. Right. All right there, Damien. All right there, Damien. Do you want to turn your phone? Yeah, you're here now. Well done. Better late than never. Do you like your Do you like your replacement?
Do you know what? I kind of was listening to this off air just briefly when I got prepared. I'm on the loo. I mean, do you know what I mean? Not only am I on the loo, but I look like Darren. I don't quite know what's happened. And to be fair, I've got a bit of loo roll by me, which I always love, to be honest.
And the loo rolls
is priceless.
the loo rolls in the wrong direction. If you look at it, that's not meant to be like that.
I've still got a fatter head, to be honest. Honestly, I think that's an improvement.
Can I share?
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Can I share with you? I've actually made you a little studio. I've made Potato Damien, a little studio. Let me just quickly show you.
Okay.
So there you go.
That is the cutest thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, you've actually got your little studio for Potato Damien.
Can I just say the toilet there, the bathroom looks like the one out of the Saw film.
It does actually.
A little bit.
I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop Mr. Potato Head Damien. So if you bear with me.
Yeah, no problem.
Completely smooth podcast, pretty much because of Damien.
Wow.
Save it, because I think that's a jacket tater, not just a normal spud. So I love that with a bit of cheese and beans on.
Oh, cheese and beans. Can't beat it, can you?
Bye-bye.
Bye, Potato Head. Bye-bye.
Sorry.
Was it?
Right. It's a bit violent, wasn't it? That's how I feel about that, to be honest.
Welcome to the show, Damien, anyway.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It's been a bit of a hectic day today, so hiya. But yeah, looking forward to it. I heard you talking about old Trump there. Oh, what's that all about?
Do you reckon he's been ill or not? Or are you allowed to comment? I don't know.
No, I think he has been ill, but I think he had an opportunity to maybe kind of almost, in essence, have a bit of a mini relaunch to say, look, I've had this. It's been horrible. I know how people feel. But what did he do? He had an A-list movie.
Yeah. Slick.
Back. Better than ever. And he came on with his old tan, better than mine. And he was there taking the mask off either. I mean, what's he doing? You can't do that, can you? You cannot do that.
If you search on Twitter, you'll be able to find someone has done an Evita remake with new words for that particular video.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
It's very funny. I didn't get a chance to download it and get the audio for it to play today. So, hello, Damien. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Thank you very much.
I am late. Sorry about that.
You are late. You are very late. And do you want to explain the reason why you are late? Because it's good news that you're late.
Yeah, look, it is great news. We've had, in my real job, we've had a great day today. Had a very interesting meeting that went very well, and hopefully stars aligning and all going well. It looks like we could be working with a very good partner and doing some good work together. Meeting went really well. Came away really excited, really happy. Had a call from the client to my number two, who went, "Yeah, hi, we've got a leather briefcase here. Anyone left their laptop there?" Only the owner of the company left his briefcase there.
And how far is that from where you are?
Miles away, Land's End. Miles. Can we any further? Furthest away from Redditch. Miles. So bless him, I had to read the kids a story, have some tea, then go back out to meet this new client in a random pub, looked dodgy, passing me a briefcase. Some woman walked past and was like, really? That sort of place, is it? Gave her a dirty look, nosy. All right, no Barbara, do you? Mouth. And then raced back home. My little one woke up again, so I had to do the old, all right, love, get into bed, all right? And then, got a little brew, got myself a cheeky dime bar, and we're all ready to go, to be honest. Got a bit of a sweat on. I haven't even changed my shirt. Nothing.
Oh.
Well,
had a poo.
Thank you for arriving, and thank you for deciding to show up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You know, I always know I've got commitments. So,
Damien, do you go to work dressed like that then, do you? Like Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pastel colours? No?
Not normally, no. Well, when we go to meetings, I'm in a suit, yeah. But these days, I used to always wear a suit, but we're more branded T-shirts now and stuff like that. So we're a little bit looser.
Oh, so you're sponsored by UK Gold, yeah?
It is indeed, yeah. Don Johnson, what do you mean, you cheeky git?
Pastel, that is.
All right, you got one.
Miami Vice.
Don't you start on me tonight, I tell you. Sensitive soap. We'll start calling you Dove.
Snowflake.
Damien, did you hear this morning clip on your list?
I didn't actually. No. Can we hear that again?
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm just going to play this for you.
Okay.
I'll do the same context that I did for Darren. This is an interview on This Morning with Phil and Holly. And they're interviewing an older lady about her Egyptian toy boy boyfriend.
The first night.
Oh, the first night, pretty rough. It was rough. Nobody had been near me for 35 years. I thought I was a virgin again.
Oh, really?
Anyway, but can I say what we used? A whole tube of KY jelly?
Oh.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
And the thing is, I couldn't walk the next day. Yeah, I felt as if I'd been riding a horse. Saddle sore wasn't in it.
I love it how Phil says, you can say that, you can say that. No, you can't say that.
God love her. She'd been riding, felt like she'd been riding an horse. Blimey.
It's a bit the saddle sore doesn't even cover it.
A bit like a conversation me and you had earlier, Ian. Hello, Colin. How are you stallion? Beauty music.
Yes,
Wowzers.
yes.
Well, I tell you, they are cheeky on this morning, though, and it's so good. I love it. Absolutely love it. Will they be on our top 5?
They
Will
may
they?
be. They may be. And this is some of the other clips for you.
Oh, dear.
You know when you don't know whether it's actually gone in because it's so smooth?
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
Morning Glory.
Oh, she's
wow.
brilliant. She is brilliant.
Joe,
If you-
what is she from?
She was from
Big Brother?
She was from Big Brother.
She
but
was, wasn't
one-
she? Yeah.
She was one of the ladies as well that went recently to a nudist colony, and when they were filming her, she was trying to be ever so serious, ever so professional. And there was a guy by a car, and what they'd done was they opened the car door so you couldn't see his winky woo. However, because he was an elderly gentleman, for some reason, he had larger balls. So, unfortunately, his cheeky left ball kept peeking out. And you could have a look on YouTube because it is hilarious. And if you've got the clip here, and we'll put it on next week. But yeah, you just had a bit of flash of ball. Lovely. It's like every time I pop round to Ian's diary.
Honestly, you are obsessed.
Morning
What do you
Glory.
mean?
Wow.
That's morning. You listening to that one?
Morning Glory. Wow.
I did listen to that one, yes.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do another quick live edit for Damien's sake because I know he likes these.
I do love these, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, dear.
You know when you don't know whether it's actually gone in because it's so smooth?
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
That's it. Oh, he nearly got it that time.
He's on me!
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
You can experiment with going deeper.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size.
I think you're a one lump kind of guy.
Morning Glory. Wow.
There you go.
It never gets boring, does it? Never gets boring.
This is the As Yet Unnamed Podcast with Ian Barstow, Damien Lee, and Darren Antrobus.
Right, we are going to do the mystery voice.
I do
gentlemen.
love the mystery voice.
Are you ready?
Love to be.
I
Love
know
to
I'm
be.
not. I've given it no more thought than last week.
Well, you know, you're going to have to think about it now. So, the mystery voice, this is week number 5. It is not Mario Lopez, Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, Zac Efron, Nick Jonas, or Ryan Seacrest. So, who is this?
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think...
One more time, who is this?
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think...
Right, are you ready? Tension music! Who is this?
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think...
Darren.
I don't know his name, but his face has just popped into my head. You know the guy that played the werewolf in Twilight?
Okay, I know who you mean.
Okay.
No, it's
Dark
not,
hair.
by the way, but I know who you
No,
mean.
okay, right.
Yes, the Jacob one.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's not him. Damien.
Okay.
I'm going to go... just remind me who we've had again.
We have had Mario Lopez, Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, Zac Efron, Nick Jonas, and Ryan Seacrest.
Okay. It's a young guy. It's definitely a young guy. Justin Bieber.
No, we've already had that, mate. I just told you that name.
Sorry. Yeah. Good. No, you can't. What's the matter with you? Gareth Gates down there. What's going on? You wait your turn. Sensitive soap. Oh, I didn't like him last week. I don't like your red sometimes.
Right, come on then, Damien. Give us a clue. No guess anything? No. No. Right. Fine.
J. Fox.
Who?
Michael J. Fox.
No. It's not. Right. Okay.
It's a bit hard, this, to be honest.
Well, I know, but that's the whole point of a mystery voice.
You did promise clues.
I did, didn't I?
There was a bit of a promise of clues.
I haven't thought of a clue. So I'm just going to try and think of a clue really quickly that isn't going
You'd be a good politician, you would. Empty promise.
All right, look at you, Walden, down there. Welcome back to Walden. Well, today, you remember Walden?
I'm going to give you a clue then. So here is the mystery voice.
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think
my clue is bubble living.
I know who it is.
Bubble living.
I know who it is. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who it is.
Let him answer then if you know.
I think he's a fan of Scientology.
Okay, so your clue is?
I'm wrong, aren't I?
Who's your answer?
Tom Cruise.
No, it's not Tom Cruise.
No, he sounded too young for that, I think.
Right.
So, I'm not going to allow you any more guesses now. We're going to roll on to week 6. It is not Michael J. Fox. It is not Tom Cruise. My clue to you for that voice is bubble living. Bubble living. So, if you're watching or listening at the moment and you think you know who it is, head over to the website, go to the asyetUnnamedPodcast.uk and click on the Contact Us option on there and let me know your answer. So go to the asyetUnnamedPodcast.uk, click on Contact Us and let me know your answer for the mystery voice. If you think you know who it is, Darren, you're going to have to wait until next week.
I'm going to write it down.
Write it down so you don't forget.
Yeah.
3 men close to a midlife crisis. 3 microphones, 1 Zoom call, all lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed Podcast.
Since Oasis's album Sunday Morning Glory. Wow.
Sunday Morning Glory.
Gotta love a bit of Sunday Morning Glory.
We have, yes. Damon, have you got any news for us this week or not?
No, actually. No, I haven't. No, I am sorry. But I did see some interesting news, actually. I'm just going to throw it out there. That apparently this is to do with poo. Okay? So
fair enough.
So apparently most people, this is what
my tea with 1 lump or 2 lumps in it.
Lumps.
Most people,
happens to us all.
Most people, okay, their body becomes accustomed to a regular poo.
Okay, yeah, regular as clockwork, yeah.
So
regular as in time of the day.
Scientifically, you tend to go for a poo at the same time every day.
True.
Okay. However, this is apparently scientific again. You ready for this? If you don't have a poo at the same time every day, if you have a poo at a different time of the day, your wee stream is longer.
Many questions on that. As in, it lasts longer. Not as in longer in distance.
And it could go.
Oh no, you wee in the loo, don't you? Where you wee in, you perv?
You know, you stand at the door and aim for the bowl. No, am I the only one?
Stand at the door
in a bowl. Where do you live?
Well, you know, it's an old house. We still have the bedpans under the bed.
I was going to say, blimey.
Is your aim that good for singing?
I wonder what you were going to say there. Blimey. Is your what? Jeepers.
I've noticed, and I'll just say, I've noticed my because I've been working at home, the pattern has changed.
Has it really?
Yeah, it has.
Okay, tell me about it.
No, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm just saying it's changed.
I mean, do you find when you need a poo, do you have a stomach feeling, or do you have a puppy's nose,
or a turtle's head, as I used to call it?
Indeed, touching cloth. Yeah. You know.
Anyway, let's move on from this subject. Yes. Let's not talk about that. Yeah,
I've got another one if you want one. If you want a pad for time.
No, not really. Let's just talk about That one. Sorry, go on, Darren.
I want to mention BGT because I want to know who was complaining about Amanda Holden. Yes, all right. In my opinion, she ain't got a great singing voice. It's not what I would go out and buy. But those dresses are.
She hasn't. I'm sorry, she hasn't got a good singing voice.
Those dresses are.
I think she's got a lovely voice.
Those dresses are absolutely fine by me, mate.
Great legs. Some of the best legs in the UK, apart from my wife.
She's a tasty looking lady, yeah. But
very nice. Not as nice as your legs, though, Darren. Because what I like about your legs is your calf is a whole bit of leg in itself, and I like a good calf.
I have legs like a werewolf, mate. Hairy, very hairy. Do I? No.
Oh, this is going in wrong directions that I don't want to go down.
I'm really glad this is the episode your dad tune into. Dad, come and have a listen to our podcast, Intellectual. We talk about news. So, Ian, I listened to the podcast, and that filthy little boy still talking about poo. What a cretin! Put him down.
Yes,
great guy.
Right, going back to BGT. Let me just bring this back down to earth for a minute.
Sure.
Who is complaining about her dresses and why? I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole program has been surrounded in controversy this year because
is it because Cowler's not there?
No, it's because people are stupid and have got nothing better to do with their lives and complain about a dress somebody's wearing. Get a life.
While you're on the subject of it has been rather controversial this year, hasn't it?
No, it has. Do you know? Actually, no, it hasn't. It hasn't been controversial. It's people have made it controversial. It has not been a controversial show. The papers and online
diversity was fantastic.
I thought it was fantastic as well.
If anything, it was quite educational.
Yeah,
it was respectful, actually.
It was. It was 20.
And I think that comedian.
I loved him. I thought he was so funny.
Great guy,
brilliant.
And again, it's humour, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We need to have humour, and I think that's got lost in context sometimes. We all like to laugh, and sometimes dark humour as well. If it's not your cup of tea, we've all got the power to use our hand and
turn it hard for 10 seconds
and turn it off. That's all we can do. And I get it's not for everybody, but look, at the end of the day, that's one of the programs on television at the moment. You can escape for a little bit. Same as Bake Off as well. Don't reveal who went in because I'm watching it later. But it's the same as Bake Off. You get settled down. You just want a bit of an escapism telly that isn't that kind of, hard to watch. And just escape. And Britain's Got Talent, for goodness sake, with everything going on in the world, don't we all think we need to smile a bit more?
We do. And do you know what it is? Do you know one of the reasons is it's too easy for people to complain. It is too easy for people to go. You can log on to the Ofcom website and you can just go. Whereas if you actually had to post a letter, go back
in
20
the old
years.
days.
In the old days, post a letter.
PO Box 8181.
Get a stamp, walk to the post office or post box and stick it in. People wouldn't be bothered. It's too easy for people to complain, and people just need to get a life.
I agree.
Thank you.
Here. Amanda, wear nothing from now on. Come out with a little bit of a nipple tassel, and you know what? I won't complain.
Amanda Holden can do that if Ashley Banjo does it at the same time as well.
Do you know what, Ian? I am up for anything. Do you know what? Why don't we
heard. Thank you very much for listening to this first part of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. If you have downloaded the episode, don't forget to click on like, comment and share and all that sort of stuff, and subscribe as well so we arrive every Monday morning 6 a.m. on your podcast feed. Coming up in the second half, we will have our brand new look top 5 and I will explain all about that right after this.
Yeah. Go on then, carry on.
Whatever. Don't start again, Darren. I tell you.
Oh, do you know what? I don't.
A little off air. I won't put this in the edit, or I might.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? We prepare hard for this show, and I love Darren to bits. But do you know what? last week, oh my goodness me, you were right, Mardy. You had a right little Mardy on there. You were all your little bottom lip.
It's because Barbara, the producer over there, the one that doesn't speak, right? She proper dropped me in it with that top 5.
It wasn't the
Proper.
best top 5. But then at the end of the show, we had a little off-air meeting. I called you every name under the sun. You took it personally, which I didn't mean. I was joking. You know my sense of humour. And you know what he did, listeners? Rather than picking up the phone to me, he picked up the phone to the captain and he went, "Oh yeah."
Okay, let's just have it in the open then, shall we? What did you say to me last week after
Can you do
this
me a
show
favour,
finished?
Ian? He's being really nasty. Can you tell him not to be nasty to me anymore, please? Pathetic.
Damien Trump, you said to me at the very end of last week, if you ever come on here and do a top 5 like that again, and rah 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 rah.
Listen,
Yeah.
it wasn't that angry, all right? It was semi-angry. But I didn't expect you to go to the captain. Then the captain had to phone me and tell me off, and he gave me a written warning and said,
Did
"Look,
he?
any more of this, you ain't part of the show." I was going to react because you were rubbish.
I'm glad he's pulled rank.
It was like herding children. It was like a little children's
And do you know what he
playground
said to me?
spat.
He said, "Listen, you've got to be careful because sometimes Darren's ever so sensitive." Sensitive. If you've seen him, he looks honestly. If I met him in a dark street with them eyebrows, all right, mate, how's it going? All right, are you? I'd run a mile. Here's me with me spiky hair, me camp face. What am I going to do? Are you, Darren? Oh. I don't know, Danny, but he was Ian. He was ever so horrible to me. He lost the plot. He said I was rubbish. Me, rubbish. I've got a national radio show. Right.
Oh, Anthony saying Anthony saying stop picking on poor Darren. No, never.
Am I still part of your gig, Darren?
Gig?
You know what we talked about, the little thing you...
Oh, God, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. I will bring my kings.
What?
Naughty little minx.
What?
All right.
You can say what's going on.
This is Damien and Darren time.
Oh, see, I get you started back on both of your careers. I push you. I highlight you. I ask you to come and join this show, and then you go and do your own thing.
Listen.
Is that what it's like?
Some things don't involve you, all right? You've got other friends. You've got other little podcasts you go on. Oh, yeah, I'm joining a marketing podcast. Oh, I'm going on a little podcast on my own talking about gnomes. Hi, Andrew, by the way. You can always switch over. Sorry, there's a mic. Plenty to watch, ain't there, to be honest?
I don't believe you.
Welcome back to the second half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. My name is Ian Barstow.
Hello there, I'm Damien Lee.
And I'm Darren Antrobus.
Thank you very much for downloading this podcast and watching online and all of the other stuff as well. We do appreciate it. If you are listening on a podcast app, why not click on subscribe? So we arrive every Monday morning, 6 a.m. without fail. As guaranteed as
erotic fix.
Yeah. Lovely. Right, we're going to do our top 5, but we're going to do it in a slightly different way this week because after 14 weeks of top 5s and last week's wonderful one, apologies again for the technical issues with the top 5 last week, we are slightly changing it up. So in this jar, I actually have a jar. I have 15 of our top 5 picks. Yes, Damien?
We've got quite a lot of people watching on Facebook, party, chatty, Facebook thing. Can we just give a bit of a background behind our top 5 and what it's all about? Because I think we've got some new listeners tonight.
I could have done that if we weren't over the talkover music, and now I've got to try and edit the talkover music out of this bit so I can put it into the actual audio and edited version of the podcast.
Oh, you just leave it in?
Yeah, I think it'll be easier. Right. So basically, our top 5 every week. Barbara, our producer, who never speaks, gives us a top 5 to pick, and we all three of us pick our top 5. Whatever we've had films, sporting moments last week, which was a real success. We've had top 5 music songs. We've had top 5 albums, top 5 80s films, top 5 horror films, all these sort of things. And we used to go through each individually and give our top 5. we've decided now that we're going to pick our top 5. So in here are 15 entries into the top 5 pool. And we're going to pick out one, and then that's going to make our random but ultimate top 5 TV presenters. Am I right in that?
You are right indeed. And I
Okay.
think basically it was because we got to the conclusion that, to go around the room, it's 15 top 5. It can take a bit of time. And to be honest, Darren was rubbish.
You know what's going to happen, don't you, Damien? It's going to be the whole of Darren's top 5.
No, I know what's going to happen after this. It'll be about 10 past 10 tonight, and it'll be... All right, Ian. He's done it again, hasn't he? What's the matter with him? Always bullying me on here. And
So,
I don't know what's going on.
So in here, I have 15 entries into our top 5. This week's is TV presenters. So I'm going to pick the first one out, and this is our number 5 in the top 5, and it is from, if you can see that there, Paul O'Grady, and that was picked by me. So,
Tell us more. Why do you think
choice.
really good choice?
Are
we talking Paul O'Grady or are we talking Lily Savage?
One and the same, I think. They are.
Yeah, but they
are
both
the same.
presented, didn't they?
They do, and I have to say, I prefer Paul O'Grady. I loved Paul O'Grady when he did his Channel 4 evening talk show.
So good.
It was very, very funny. So yeah, if people aren't aware, because we have got people listening all over the world, so Paul O'Grady played Lily Savage, who was one of the best drag queens around, and very, very sharp, very witty, very rude, very, very funny. And he was Lily Savage for a long time, did lots of stuff with them, and then he moved on to be just Paul O'Grady. He put Lily Savage in a cupboard and let her retire, and then did his own thing. And now he does he does quiz shows, he does his Radio 2 show, he also does For the Love of Dogs, which is just one of those programs you watch and it just melts your heart because it's all about dogs in the RSPCA and Battersea Dogs Home, sorry. But I just think he's a really good old school veteran of a presenter. That's why I put him in.
He's one of those guys that you just love to have a chat to, because he even with his radio show, he does a radio show, I think he does, and he's so warm, he's so easy to listen to, and for me, and look, we're not going to mention him now because he's done a lot of bad things, but back in the day, I used to watch another program that was about animals, and used to really like the presenter on that because you thought he was a really nice guy. It turns out he's a complete what.
Yeah.
However, with Paul O'Grady, there's just something endearing about him. And I think he was really close to Cilla Black. I think that was one of his best mates. And he seems like something, if you're a mate with him, he's loyal to you for life, to be honest. And he what I like about him as a presenter, he makes you feel like he's talking to you, and I think that's such a skill. It's like when I listen to Silk 2.72 with Darren Antrobus. You feel like you're with him in the morning. You feel like in actual fact you're in bed with Darren on Silk 7.62.7, and that's what you want in a presenter. Silk, the radio for men.
What I love about Paul O'Grady is that how often does the original character, so in this case Lily Savage, become a little bit less popular than the actual person doing it. So it's a bit like back in the day in the 80s, you had Dame Edna Everage. Barry Humphries?
Barry Humphries, yes.
He was never popular on his own without Dame Edna.
No.
Right? But Paul O'Grady is as popular, if not a little bit more, than the character Lily Savage. And that's really rare.
And he's also his life story, and him. He obviously he's a gay man, and he came out and he was in the scene in the time when in the 70s and 80s. He's had health issues that he's come through, all of that sort of stuff. I just really like Paul O'Grady. I find him very funny. He obviously nicked his. He has his own producer called Malcolm. So I don't know if Barbara knows Malcolm. From his Radio 2 show. But yeah, so that was our number 5, was Mr. Paul O'Grady.
I mean, Barbara's poorly at the moment.
Oh, is she?
Our producer, yeah, she's got corns. I don't know whether you know.
I thought you were going to say she got the Rona.
No, Rona here. She's got corns and she's a little bit itchy. But I can't say where at the moment. It's just we're on air.
Is she saddle
but
sore?
she's a bit itchy. She needs a little bit of Huniston.
Cool. And you only get on your feet, mate.
Yeah, but she's also got a bit itchy. She's just a bit itchy.
God, she's got a double dose.
Right, at number 4, just to say they are in a jar. I will pick it out for you so you don't think I'm cheating. There we go. Right, at number 4, we have... and this is random, I am sorry. Mr. Bruce Forsyth. Again, by me.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was devastated when he passed. However, and I'm going a bit controversial here, so I apologise. I think when he did get older, I remember watching Strictly the one year, and he got really flustered, and he had to go clear the room, and it must have been so hard to do live television at his age as well. Back in the Generation game, when he used to have Rosemary Ford, Miss Ford on the doors, and he used to get moody with the Spanish guy, he used to come on and go, "Oh, who are you? All right." And he was legendary. I just think that maybe should have bowed out a bit earlier than he did. And that's not being ageist at all. I just think the live television aspect of it was a bit too much for him. But
he definitely Strictly Come Dancing definitely improved when he left, and it was Claudia and
he died.
No, he left before then. I
didn't know where you were going with that.
No, when he left the series and he handed over to Claudia Winkleman to do the presenting.
Right.
Is
So
what I
you
was
don't
saying.
think he got better when he died?
No, I never said that.
You're very lethal.
I said Strictly Come Dancing got better when he left and Claudia Winkleman took over. Is actually what I said.
Do you think he's a bit cutting, to be honest?
I don't like any of you saying this about Brucey. Brucey, for me, right up until the very end, was a hero of mine, a legend. And if I'm still doing my job at 80, however old he was before he bowed out, then I'll be very happy. Very, very happy.
Well, he started in the mid-50s. So the mid-1950s he started, and he was still going in the 2010s.
Oh,
I remember when he defected to ITV. He had a big money deal, and he came and did Play Your Cards Right. What a show that was! And he again, there's such an art to when they make you feel that you're part of their show and you're really involved. And I think I miss him, Bob Monkhouse, people like that. I think gone are the era now. I think you've only really got from that generation now is Des O'Connor. Des O'Connor's still with us, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Is he?
He is. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe Ian's just done that.
Oh, great. What's he Googling now? Is Des O'Connor dead? What's the matter with you tonight?
Anyway, for a future show, while he's just doing that bit of research,
who's dead?
No, he's
I
alive.
actually have the Play Your Cards Right board with the cards. So if you fancy a game of cards right, one live show, one night, let's do it.
I'm quite on for that.
That'd be a good laugh, that wouldn't it?
I'm not.
It was that one, wasn't it?
You need to be drunk. We need to do that on our live, Christmas special.
Can't wait for that.
With a few drinks in hand.
Late night
Christmas week.
Yeah, uncensored podcast.
I've heard it's called Late Night Live.
I've heard.
I'm sure a big radio group would disagree with that, but yeah.
I've heard we're gonna just get Damien drunk so we can get all the stories out of him. Is what I've heard.
If you want to listen to Darren every weekday morning, you can tune into 1.556.225 and listen to Darren Antrobus and the Morning Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
It's all right, mate.
He gets very uncomfortable when you start mentioning his radio station. Can you tell?
2.7, 222.176.7 with Darren Antrobus. And tonight we've got the... tonight we talk about Pigeon Street.
Are we pulling another name out of the hat?
Yes, so at number 5 we've had Paul O'Grady, at number 4 we've had Bruce Forsyth. So at number 3 in our ultimate top 5 we have, from Mr. Damien Lee, Mr. Graham Norton.
Yay.
Yeah,
now,
very good.
Do you know what? Graham, I think what he does on that sofa on a Friday night, he sits there with his glass of wine, he's chilled, and he just chats to them, and you just think that because he's got his cards with him, but he just makes them feel at ease. He's so warm. He engages with them, and it makes it it makes it seem easy. And I think for him with a red chair, and I've watched him since busy 2 days. The first time I ever saw Graham Norton, I don't think you'll know this, Ian, because you're a bit of a geek like me. Can you ever remember? It wasn't Man O' Man, but he used to present a late night show with Davina McCall. It was a dating show.
Yes.
Can you both remember that?
Yes.
And I think that was his first big break. But yeah, I think Graham Norton for me, and also his radio show on a Saturday as well on 7.665.2 FM is a very, very good show as well.
It's on BBC Radio too. It is very good. It
is very good. Yeah. So for me, he's one of the top guys as well. I think he's a great presenter. He's funny. He's engaging. You want to listen to him. So yeah, I think he's well deserving of the top 5.
And also, he is of course Mr. Eurovision now, taken over from the late great Terry Wogan, and he does a sterling job on Eurovision.
What a thing to do! It's Eurovision for me. I don't know whether years ago you used to get the TV Quick or whatever it was called, and I used to lie in bed. I was single back in the time, and you used to have to mark in the TV Quick what points you'd give them. Did you ever do that?
No. And I'm gay, mate, and I didn't even do that.
Are you gay? Are you gay?
Yes, I am. I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Breaking news.
What was that, Darren? Breaking news. Jazz hands.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations. When did this happen?
When did it happen? I decided. I can pinpoint. I decided 2010. I was straight before I woke up one morning and said, "Do you know what? I'm going to make a conscious decision to be a gay man." That's what happened. Because obviously, that's how it works.
What you type? Do you have
Is
a type?
Bear?
Or?
Breathing. Right, at number 2. Sorry, Darren. At number 2 is Dermot O'Leary.
Yeah, very good.
So Dermot O'Leary, I first thought that he was just fab on Big Brother's little brother.
T4, mate. T4.
T4, sorry, T4 indeed. He's again just one of those ones that you just kind of wanted to hang out with. He was really cool, really current, made it look easy, had a bit of a joke and had a bit of a laugh. And again, I think he's gone from strength to strength. I actually don't think Dermot O'Leary was as good on the X Factor. I think he was much better on the more edgy sort of stuff. You could see it was very structured on X Factor. And I liked Dermot O'Leary when he was a little bit rough and ready and he kind of was on a bit of a cheekiness. Like Rylan, who again, I just think is fantastic.
Well, you might be ruining what number 1 might be then, aren't you?
Well, who knows? Is it in there? Is it in there? Who knows? So what do you think, Dermot O'Leary?
Dermot O'Leary, I remember Dermot O'Leary from T4, Sunday mornings. It's a very good thing to wake up to on a Sunday morning back in the day. And then obviously he did his Big Brother's Little Brother, and he was really good on that. And I watched, and he was very good. Him and Davina McCall were the heyday for Big Brother for me. I like him on X Factor. I think he comes across very nice, and I think he handles it well. Because I wouldn't handle it very well with Louis Walsh, as I'd just think I'd walk over and slap him on the face sometimes.
He sounds like a pop star. He looks like a pop star. He's a pop star.
Yeah. And I think, again, his radio show is very good. And he is one of those people, every time I just always think, he sounds like a really nice person. He comes across. He just comes across.
He's got married recently.
Recently had a child.
He's an all-round nice bloke, to be honest.
Recently had his first baby. But yeah, I like Dermot O'Leary. I think that's a good choice for a number 2.
Do you know who gave him his big break first?
I don't.
The producer and the man behind T4 was Andy Peters.
He was indeed. Not a lot of people know that.
And it was Andy Peters that gave Dermot O'Leary and who's the other guy off Ben Shepherd, is it? Something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, Ben Shepherd gave them the first gigs.
Real platform that was. And I remember T4, I think it was kind of launched when I was around 16. And I'll go on to the story now. I was 18 because I used to come back a bit drunk. And then in the morning, used to get up. 18 I was. Legal. 18.
Whatever.
Bash Andy. And you used to sort of chill out in the morning, watch a bit of Hollyoaks Omnibus, have a swoon at some of the Hollyoaks ladies, and then you'd sort of stay in bed all day then, and T4 would just be on all day.
Dawson's
it was
Creek.
fantastic.
Dawson's Creek.
Bit of Dawson's Creek, eh?
Yes.
Where they all talk really posh, and
Yes.
you thought you were actually part of it.
And then the basketball. What was
Great
the
show.
basketball one after Dawson's Creek? It was set. It's very similar to Dawson's Creek, and it was set. They play basketball. One Tree Hill.
California-
No, One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill. Never
Yes.
watched it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We talked about it. I know you did. So yes,
Not together in bed at that time because again, we want to set this out there that
You are obsessed.
Ian and myself have only. What do you mean?
You are
Someone said
obsessed.
this in my office today. They said, "Dave, you are a bit obsessed. You are." No, I just I.
You're obsessed with getting people into bed.
You all right, Darren?
Not again. Not the last time.
Such a bear.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size.
Morning glory. Wow.
Yes. Wow.
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
Anyway, so our number one, I'll just quickly run down our top 5 so far. We've got Paul O'Grady at number 5, Bruce Forsyth at 4, Graham Norton at 3, Dermot O'Leary at 2.
Please let it be one of mine.
I know. I am sorry. I'm going to give them a good shake for you. So
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
yeah, shake hard for 10 seconds. Right, our number one random but ultimate top 5 TV presenters is. Right, here we go. Let's do. Oh, come on, get one out. So, sorry,
Get
Darren.
one out.
Yeah.
Hello. Ding dong.
We've used some audio from him quite a lot today. And it is, sorry, that's blowing out. It is Mr. Philip Schofield. And he is apparently our ultimate TV presenter. This is yours, Damien.
It is, yeah. And I first came across Sir Schofield.
Sorry, what?
Sir Schofield.
No, what did you do?
First came across?
No, I've never whizzed it over the kitchen.
No.
I won't lie, a bit we came out then. Seriously.
Tell you what, I haven't had a ride for such a long time.
Sorry. Oh dear. Apologies. Right, go on. Oh dear me. Oh, right. Go on, Damien. Philip Schofield.
So I first You're gonna have to fill. I can't.
So he first came across Sir Philip Schofield back in the broom cupboard. You were in the broom cupboard, yeah?
Yes, that's when I first came across Philip Schofield.
Why did you just say the first time you saw Philip Schofield? Stop saying this first time you came across Philip Schofield.
I know, like he was there. Oh dear. So yes, it was the first time I came across.
Was he in
Philip
Smash Hits
Schofield.
magazine at the time?
He was actually the pop pickers. And, yeah, it was the first time he was in the broom cupboard. Then he went on to Going Live, which I absolutely loved with Sarah Green. And I've kind of seen him go to different shows, and I think I was always the biggest fan of him on Saturday morning telly. But to be fair, when he did get onto This Morning, it was such big shoes to fill because I think Richard and Judy were so good for their day, and for Phil then to come along with Fern, I think they had a great chemistry at the beginning. Hate each other now, can't stand each other. A bit like me and Darren, we just pretend we get on. But it was.
Can I just one of the best clips I think you can watch if ever you want a proper belly laugh? If you search Phil and Fern and dunking beef clip, it was when it's probably one of the funniest 10 minutes of people corpsing on TV you will see, and it is well worth a watch. And again, that was the This Morning one. So yeah, go on. Sorry, Damien, carry on.
No. So I look, we've had a really interesting top 5. I think we should do some honourable mentions.
Can I have all the honourable mentions?
You
please?
can.
Yeah, go on, Daz, 'cause we haven't heard any of yours. Bless you.
I'm just
Go
going
to the five, though.
I'm just going to say my Philip Schofield for me. Excuse me. Philip Schofield for me again. It was Broom Cupboard. Then it was Going Live. 01818118181 with Sarah Green.
Wow.
Yeah. Then it was, he's done other things. He does The Cube at the moment and Dancing on Ice. But obviously now him and on This Morning, it's just very good. And obviously last year he came out, which was an amazing, brave thing to do. Whatever you think about that, whatever you think the fact that he was married and then but you know, this happened. He was very happy with his wife, but he was hiding the secret. He wasn't hiding it. He was keeping it secret. And I think for him to come out on national TV the way it did, I thought it was really moving. If you've watched it, I think when him talking to Holly, who was obviously, they're very close friends, they get on so well. But it's just, he can now live who he wants to be, open and proud about it. And I just think it's a really good thing.
It's a shame he's had to hide that for so long, because it doesn't affect what anybody thinks about him. He's still a great TV presenter. I'm still a massive fan of the guy. He's,
Yeah, I don't think it's changed any. I think, rightly so. I think at the time, there was a lot of people that celebrated and congratulated him, which, I was one. I thought it was great. However, you've also got to think that there was a wife involved and there were daughters involved as well. I think everyone was very quick to pat him on the back, and but also you've got to feel a little bit for his wife.
I definitely do. I definitely feel for him and his family, and it's a massive thing to go through. However,
I think they knew. I think this was announced to the public after the effect that they probably knew for years, and him and his wife maybe had a conversation. I'm only surmising. We don't know, but I think it was very brave what he did. I think quite a few people maybe thought that he was, but you can't ever assume these things. And I think certainly the way he did it, because the press were also trying to say that him and Holly, there was a bit of a rift and they weren't getting on. And I think they're like brother and sister. I did think that once when there was a picture of him with his wife, in a hot tub with Holly and all things like that. I think, it was, even then, it was like them two are really great friends and they're close. And it was nice to see. It's nice that, you can still, one of my best friends is in Australia. Katie, hi, because I know you listen. I hope you like the top 5 better as well now. All right. Okay. Moody, Australia. Hi. So, no, I think fair do. So I'd love to know some of yours though, Darren.
Shall I do the one that people don't really know?
Yes, because do you want me to quickly run through them? So you picked Jeremy Beadle, was one, which was a great one, small hand. Anton Deck.
Well, hold on.
What, he has got a small hand? He had a small hand?
No, hold on. What do you mean he had one?
We had a small hand. We hasn't anymore, has he? So
is he dead?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the matter with this show tonight? How many people are dead?
So you had Jeremy Beadle, Anton Deck, Matthew Kelly, and Noel Edmonds.
Matthew Kelly, when he used to be on Stars in Their Eyes.
No. Before that,
You bet.
You bet with the big hair,
Darren. You bet. I always said you were my favourite. Fantastic.
One you did put in was an Adam Henson. Now I've no idea who that is.
No, I don't know who that is. Who's that?
Now don't forget, we were talking about TV presenters. It's not about the subjects he talks about when he's on the TV. He's on Country File. He's the farmer from the Cotswolds. He's got the ginger hair.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah. He's right. Yeah.
But he delivers it. So when he's talking about the farm and cows and whatever things to do with the farm, right? But I'll sit there and watch it, and I'll be like, I'm just watching this delivery, this slick delivery, and I feel like I'm understanding what he's saying. I ain't got a clue.
Carry on, Darren, because I agree. We're of that age where Country File is an interesting Sunday night programme for us.
Do you know what? I won't even lie. I quite like it. And John Craven, I think he's brilliant on it. And
every year
every year he does that calendar. I want some of that calendar.
Oh, do you know why we're talking about Country File and that damn calendar? Yes, it's for children in need, but do they have to push it in on every opportunity? I'm only jealous because I've never had it been published in it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But anyway,
here he is. Just because you've got your hashtag photography with Ian, I know what you're taking photos of, I tell you.
I've had a picture in the calendar done on my phone, just saying.
No, you haven't.
Just did on my phone? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the calendar. Anyway.
Honourable mentions, I must mention, you've said him already, and he had a chance again recently to present and cover for Lorraine. Andy Peters, I think, is
Sorry.
underutilised.
You have to get it right. Andy Peters. That'll be an in-joke reference for people that follow a certain show. There you go. Did you not get that?
No.
I think you embarrassed yourself there, to be honest.
Chris Moores, Andy Peters. That's how we introduced Andy Peters. Sorry.
I don't listen to that because I only listen to one show.
You spelled it wrong anyway. It's Andi, not Andy.
All right, you print it off and cut it up and stick it in a glass jar and pick it out.
Anyway, I can't believe... Has anybody mentioned Noel Edmonds? Has that gone in the hat?
Yes, yours, I've just said. It was in your top 5. It was in your ones.
Anybody else put that in the jar?
Also, back in the day, Ted Rogers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So anyway, quickly, let's go through these. So we, Damien also had Ryland Clark-Smith. You put Ryland Clark, but I've added these Clark-Smith.
I just think Ryland is so... he just, again, makes it look easy. Really, really good, I think Ryland is.
My honourable mentions were Claudia Winkleman, who I think is very
Nice legs.
underrated. And her fringe is amazing.
Amazing.
We've also got, I had Anton Deck as well, and then I had David Attenborough.
Oh,
yeah.
Can we just talk about David Attenborough for a moment? The fact, do you know what? I get upset every time I watch him because I've got that much love for that bloke. Him and David Jason as well. David Jason, let's throw him in there. I just think he's amazing. And he went onto Instagram, and wasn't he the fastest followed person in like Instagram history?
Yes,
something?
he got to 1 million
sure
followers in about 24 hours, I think it was.
He deserves everything and more, that bloke. I just think he's phenomenal. Everything that he's done for climate change, everything that he does to educate. I mean, my kids have been fascinated, and they know the voice. My young daughter's 5, and she knows who David Attenborough is. He's a great British, and he doesn't like this. He doesn't like being called. Ian, help me out here. What is
National
it?
treasure?
A national treasure. He doesn't particularly like being called that, which, there you go. National treasure David Jason, would you say, Darren?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He's just a legend, isn't he?
He's not a presenter, though, but...
You feel like they're actually your granddad, don't they?
You do.
You look at them and you go, oh, we know them.
He did a show recently about some of the old warplanes and things like that. And I don't know whether it's my age, but I find myself drawn into some of these, more these quite serious documentaries.
It is your age, mate.
It is my age.
It is your age, yes.
Saying as I used to be a massive fan of the Girly Show back in the day, or The Word. Terry Christian on The Word.
Yeah. And now, what do we do on a Sunday night? We sit down and we watch Country File and Antiques Roadshow. Our top 5, our ultimate top 5 TV presenters is at number 5, Paul O'Grady. Number 4, Bruce Forsyth. Number 3, Graham Norton. Number 2, Dermot O'Leary. And number 1, for our ultimate TV presenter, randomly drawn, is Philip Schofield.
There we go.
I think that's quite good. Well done, Philip. Damien, can I have next week's top 5, please, from Barbara?
Yes. You ready? Okay. Yep. No, it's nice. It's nice to see you. Yeah. Okay. What do you normally put on it? Right. Okay. Yeah. What is it? Bazooka that Veruca. I know. They're like warts, aren't they? But it's on your foot. Yours is on your tongue. Can I have the envelope, please? You dirty. I put in bazooka on that. Every week, just give me the card. I don't want to know about your filth, your verrucas, your itch. Why are you even here? It's gone crusty, you do. It makes myself wrong.
Just get filthier and filthier every week.
Next week's top 5. This is a good one, actually. So again, we're going to put it into a jar. All 3 of us are going to pick our own top 5. They're all going into the pot of perfection. We'll have a name for it. Next week's top 5. This is a good one. Is and someone may have gave this as a little suggestion, is the top 5 superheroes of all time. Next week on the As Yet Unnamed podcast, live on a Monday. It's recorded on a Monday.
No.
You can download on a Monday, and we're live on a Wednesday. Do you want to edit that bit?
No, that's staying in. Do you want me to do it? The As Yet Unnamed podcast released every Monday 6 a.m. on your podcast feed and also on YouTube. And you can watch us live every Wednesday night on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch from 8 p.m. for the recording. That's how you do it, Damien.
And thank you very much, Barbara. You can leave... Oh, God. Don't use that on them. Honestly, but
You know when you don't know whether it's actually gone in because it's so smooth.
if I think that's mozzarella later, I know it's her shavings.
Oh, Damien! Thank you very much for watching and listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast, episode number 14. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you want to get in contact with us, you can do. All you have to do is head over to the website. It is theasyetUnnamedpodcast.uk, or you can find us on Twitter at AsYetUnnamedPod, and then on Facebook we are the As Yet Unnamed Podcast. Thank you very much, Damien.
Yeah, thank you. I say it every week, but it's true. This virus is still around. It's still going on. Wear your masks, keep social distance, and let's all do our part. Also, as well, if you're on social media, be kind. Think about what you're writing. It does affect other people. And be nice to each other because, yeah, it's nice to be nice. And it's good. Make you feel nice as well. Stay safe, everyone.
And if you can arrive on time next week, that would be brilliant. Darren, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, boys. And I just want to echo what Damien Lee, my friend and colleague, has just said there. Also stay away from people with pastel shirts, 80s throwbacks kind of people. You just want to be very careful because they might just give you a dose of dandelion and burdock. Take care.
Thank you very much for listening and watching. We will be back again next Monday morning from 6 a.m. And you can watch us live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. on Facebook.
Did you put that in me tea? Oh, you dirty. Stir it. Or put a sieve on it. Put that in a sieve and get them corn bits out. Oh.
Actually, guys, can I, before we disappear, can I just ask you a question, a serious question?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? We've just done the outro. That's the best bit where we're all sharing and everything. And then,
yeah, but I just need to ask you a serious question. I get a bit creepy sometimes. Do you ever feel like you're being watched at all?
No.
I've had it all day. Never mind. All right, move on.
Okay.
Thank you.
I watch Damien every night on the cameras I've got in his house, but anyway.
Probably that listener who doesn't like the show. Doesn't watch anything else, does he?
Leave it. Right, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back again next week. Until then, look after yourselves. Bye for now.
See you guys.
This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast with Ian Barstow, Damien Lee, and Darren Antrobus.
Click on subscribe, and every single week we will come on your podcast. We will be downloaded to your podcast feed.
The TikTok.